Y'all, welcome back to the Nick Gates Show. I'm your host, Nick Gates. Today, got a great show for you today. I'm going to show you an example of what not to do. I'm going to turn this thing around. I'm going to show you how we got this floating shelf set up, and we're going to go through how we can correct that for you. Check it out. I'm visiting over at a friend's house, walked into the living room, and I'm not kidding y'all, I about had a heart attack. I'm going to turn this around and show you exactly what the shelf looks like. Take a look at this, y'all. Whoop, up. Y'all, this clearly is not in any studs, y'all. And word to the wise here, if you're gonna put a floating shelf and you're actually gonna put something on it, I would, yeah, you're gonna either put that in studs or you're gonna use some heavy duty anchors. So we're gonna try our best to take this off here. All right, so y'all, I don't know if you're aware of how these floating shelves work, but basically you got this bracket up there, right? And then you've got the actual shelf part that's a little bit hollow on the inside of there. And you put that, see this one, and you've got these holes right here. So that actually goes over these metal cylinders basically on your bracket. But due to the weight of this, is why it's got to be in studs. So we can need to take this down, mark us some studs, and then put it back up. Now, y'all, I want to explain one thing. I'm doing this on a whim, right? So I don't have the tools necessary. I'm just working with what I've got. And I want to show you something. I'm in the kitchen. So worst case, here's a problem I'll show you. So I took this bracket off, right? But I got these screws. They're in this anchor. The problem is it's in there so tight that I can't, with the screwdriver, I can't undo it, without the anchor spinning around. So I gotta find a clamp or something like that to hold on to it, right? Well, I'm just looking around in the friend's kitchen and finding any utensil I can find. So I don't know what the hell this is, but I can put some pressure on there as a clamp. So I'm gonna put this down on them anchors, unscrew them. We're gonna go from there. All right, y'all. So I've gone down the line here where all of our old anchor holes were. Finally found a point here where it made a really good thud. Let me show you this to you. You hear that difference? So that had a pretty good idea. That's where a stud was. So I screwed this in there and didn't go anywhere. It didn't go through the sheetrock. So I've got this. Now, depending on your house, apartment, condo, whatnot, usually your studs are going to be about 16 inches on center. So now that we found one, we can actually measure over. Sometimes I've been in certain apartments or condos where they're 24 inches. So we're just going to measure, mark them, go from there. All right, y'all. So luckily, I'm going to show you here. Our studs are ended up being 16 inches on center. And so I found that one on the left, and I just measured with my tape measure 16 inches over. And what I've done, I got my bracket up here. I've started the screws in the studs, but all I've got, I want to show you this. All I've got is this bad boy right here. It just doesn't have enough power to get into the studs. So hopefully, again, limited resources here. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to do what I can manually with just with some oomph there. See how far I can get them in there. We'll go from there. Okay. All right, so y'all, I got the screwdriver here, and not everybody might be able to do this, but I'm gonna put as much pressure as I can and twist it. Hopefully I can get the screw to go in there as much as I can. It's not easy, but I don't have a drill. I don't have any drill bits to drill a pilot hole for your screws, so just trying to do the best I can. All right, y'all, first I want to show you how these floating shelves and this bracket work. So I've hand tightened the screws as much as I can. I kind of pulled on it, so I don't think it's going anywhere. But these metal rods, these cylinders, come out from the wall, and inside our floating shelf, see these holes right here? So these rods are going to go over here. So get to the side. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to show you how this goes in there. So best you can, may need a helper, but best you can, you're gonna line up these holes with your rods there. Best you can. Here. There we go. Take your time. Don't get impatient. It just takes a little bit. Finesse it there. Just try to find your hole. Gotta find the hole. There we go. There we go. Bam! All right, y'all, we have got our shelf put up. I want to show you a good after picture of the side here. If you recall, I'm gonna post up a picture of the before pics as well. This thing was about hanging off the wall. So, with limited resources, spur of the moment, this is the Nick Gates Show. I am Nick Gates. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll catch y'all next time.
How are you? Are you recording me? Why? Did Rachel or would Nick come by? Look at it! That painting's gotta go. Oh, thank you. Oh, it looks so good. How bad of a job did I do?